Intermittent fasting has become one of the most talked about strategies in modern nutrition, capturing the attention of health enthusiasts, researchers, and the general public alike. The idea is simple. Rather than focusing strictly on what you eat, intermittent fasting emphasizes when you eat, creating planned periods of fasting interspersed with eating windows. Proponents claim it can support weight management, metabolic health, and even longevity, while critics worry about its safety, potential for disordered eating, and long-term effects. Understanding intermittent fasting requires a careful look at both its benefits and limitations, as well as who might need to approach it with caution. One of the most well-supported benefits of intermittent fasting is its potential to support weight management. By restricting eating to certain time windows, people often naturally reduce their overall calorie intake without the need for meticulous tracking or strict dietary rules. Studies suggest that many forms of intermittent fasting, such as the 16:8 method, 16 hours of fasting followed by an 8-hour eating window, or alternate day fasting, can lead to modest but meaningful weight loss over time. Beyond weight, intermittent fasting appears to influence metabolic markers in beneficial ways. Research has shown improvements in insulin sensitivity, reductions in fasting glucose, and even lower levels of circulating inflammation markers in some individuals. For people with overweight or mild metabolic syndrome, these changes can be a meaningful step toward improved long-term health outcomes, including reduced risk of type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. Intermittent fasting is also praised for its simplicity and flexibility, which many people find appealing compared to complex dietary plans. Unlike strict diets that require constant tracking of calories, macronutrients, or food groups, fasting focuses primarily on timing. This can make it easier to sustain, particularly for busy adults or those who prefer a straightforward approach to nutrition. Some people report additional benefits such as increased mental clarity, improved focus, and even enhanced energy levels during fasting periods, possibly related to more stable blood sugar levels and a reduction in frequent snacking. In this way, intermittent fasting is not just a tool for weight management, but can also foster a more mindful relationship with eating, helping individuals tune into hunger cues and reduce habitual, non-hungry snacking. Despite these advantages, intermittent fasting is not universally appropriate and carries certain limitations and potential risks. For some people, especially those with a history of disordered eating, strict fasting schedules may trigger unhealthy behaviors, heightened food preoccupation, or binging during eating windows. It can also be physically challenging for those with certain medical conditions, such as diabetes requiring medication, or for individuals with low blood pressure, as prolonged fasting periods may lead to dizziness, fatigue, or unstable glucose levels. Pregnant and breastfeeding individuals are generally advised against intermittent fasting because consistent nutrient intake is critical to support fetal and infant development. Similarly, children and teenagers, who are still growing and have high nutrient needs, should not adopt intermittent fasting without close supervision. For people in these groups, the potential downsides clearly outweigh the benefits, and alternative approaches to balanced nutrition and weight management are safer. Another limitation of intermittent fasting is that its benefits are highly individualized. While some people experience weight loss, better metabolic markers, and enhanced energy, others may find fasting periods stressful, leading to irritability, difficulty concentrating, or poor adherence. Age, gender, lifestyle, activity level, and even genetic factors can influence how the body responds to fasting. For example, some research suggests women may be more sensitive to changes in eating patterns, and prolonged fasting could occasionally disrupt hormonal balance, affecting menstrual cycles and reproductive health. Because of these individual differences, a personalized approach is crucial, and monitoring by a healthcare provider or dietitian is advisable, particularly for those with underlying health conditions. On the positive side, intermittent fasting is remarkably versatile and can be adapted to many lifestyles. Some people benefit from daily time-restricted eating, where meals are confined to a 6 to 8-hour window each day, while others prefer fasting 1 or 2 days a week. It can also be combined with nutrient-dense eating, such as a diet rich in vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, whole grains, and healthy fats, which maximizes the benefits for weight management and metabolic health. Far from being a one-size-fits-all diet trend, intermittent fasting can be tailored to fit individual schedules, preferences, and goals, making it a flexible and sustainable option for many adults. Overall, Intermittent fasting can be a useful tool for weight management and metabolic health for many people, especially adults without underlying medical conditions. Its benefits extend beyond calorie reduction, potentially supporting insulin sensitivity, inflammation reduction, and a more mindful approach to eating. However, it is not risk-free and is not appropriate for everyone. Teens, pregnant or breastfeeding individuals, and people with certain medical conditions should approach it cautiously or avoid it entirely. For those who can safely incorporate it, intermittent fasting can provide structure, convenience, and measurable health benefits when paired with balanced nutrition and a healthy lifestyle. The growing body of research suggests that when practiced responsibly, intermittent fasting is more than just a trend. It is a versatile tool that empowers individuals to take control of their eating patterns, improve metabolic health, and cultivate a healthier relationship with food.